I don't get it. I don't know why somebody would do that to a talented, passionate people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we talented, passionate people. I don't understand. No, it's okay, bro.
It's real.
Yeah.
And
we gotta take a break.
yeah, let's take a break.
Phew, the drama behind Day26 runs deeper than we thought. You know how folks joke, who's cutting onions? When tears start flowing. Well, those Day26 tears weren't from onions. They were from some real-life mess that'll have you crying too once the tea is spilled. According to Q, one of the group's members, Diddy once sent him an email so cryptic and unsettling that it's been affecting his mental health for years. And honestly, barely anyone's questioning Q's story because let's face it, there's been a long trail of rumors about Diddy and some of his shady behavior. Allegations have been floating around for years. Claims of threats, manipulation, and wild power plays. Take this for example. Chopper and Freddie P, both ex-Bad Boy artists, said they were filming with MTV when Freddie said something slick to Diddy. Allegedly, Diddy told MTV to stop filming, stepped outside with Freddie, and told him he was going to buy up the entire block where he lived, kick everyone out, and make sure Freddie couldn't walk outside without getting shot. Now imagine the psychological weight of dealing with someone that powerful pulling strings like that. So yeah, when Q broke down, it wasn't for show. That kind of trauma sticks, and the more stories that surface, the more people are finally starting to pay attention.
What's the backstory behind Puffy telling him that he'll take his life?
I was there. He had us all sitting in the we was in Daddy's house, and Fred said something slick to Diddy, and Diddy felt the way, and he was like, turn the cameras off. He told MTV to turn the cameras off. You heard me, and walk out the room. They walked out the room, and we just was sitting there, and I'm not knowing what's going on. I ain't know they much had smoke with each other, you dig? But Diddy was letting it loose. I'm talking about, he told Fred, I would buy your whole block, move everybody out the neighborhood, and every time you walk outside, somebody will be shooting at you. That made Fred lead the band.
This whole situation with Q from Day26 just keeps getting deeper and more unsettling. In a recent interview with his group, things took a serious turn when the crew was asked about Roger Bonds, Diddy's former head of security, who's recently been speaking out against Diddy. That's when Q shared something that really left everyone shook. Q explained, "My thing with Roger Bonds was, I had an issue with him and I was kind of nervous around them because I was in an email. I saw some things in a personal email that threw me off guard. I get it, you're crying now from the trauma you've seen. But what about the trauma you put me through when I read that email?" When they asked him what exactly he saw, Q didn't give all the details but said enough to raise eyebrows. "I'll keep it short. Things felt very sacrificial. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist because I'm not. But when you're under a powerful man, can't go into details now. But sir, I'll tell you, it felt like some sacrificial stuff was going on." Q said the experience scared him so badly. He immediately sought help, reaching out to his doctor, his family, and others close to him. And then, emotions just took over. Q and his crew broke down crying right there during the interview. That's when things got even messier. Stevie J decided to chime in online, claiming he had the receipts. But just when people started taking him seriously, he threw shade instead, cracking a joke about how they cry in harmony, 'cause they sing in harmony.
Yeah, that's when they were crying and all that.
Yeah, you saw
Why was
that.
they crying about? Because they was just DMing me talking about some, yo, tell Puff that such and such and such. You know what I'm saying? I got receipts and all that.
But then the rest of the group started crying. I've never seen that before. Like 5 grown men suddenly are crying at the same time. I've never seen that before.
They know how to sing in harmony. They probably know how to cry in harmony.
Okay.
Yeah, Stevie J's joke might have landed for some. But honestly, the situation itself is way too heavy to laugh about, especially seeing grown men cry like that. After watching that clip, I ended up stumbling on Boozy Badass's interview, and let me tell you, he had the internet buzzing. Boozy didn't hold back at all. He kept it real, but he wasn't exactly gentle either. He wasn't trying to be cruel, but he called out Q and his crew for not saying exactly why they were crying. He repeatedly asked, "Did he hurt your feelings or your butt?" He basically said if Diddy did something personal and painful, they should just come out and say it. Don't cry on camera and leave the world guessing.
Not quite sure what it is, but it was traumatic enough to have a whole group of grown men
Why
cry.
the grown men ain't talking about it?
I don't know. He
They was up here.
He said,
What are they crying about? Did he hurt their feelings, or did he hurt their ass?
I don't know.
What are they crying about? He might have hurt their feelings, because he was hurting their feelings on making it a band.
Yeah.
Even they might be traumatized with it like that.
Yeah.
But if you gonna get up here, why don't you get up here and tell him? You crying, did he go in your ass or not? Because you have people thinking they went in your ass. Don't get up here and try to salt the man down. Tell the truth.
After Boozy Badass's blunt take, the conversation around Day26’s emotional interview just got even more intense. The interviewer tried to offer some perspective, saying, Day26 doesn't want to snitch on anybody. That's why they're not revealing what was in the email. And while some folks understand that angle, a lot of people are frustrated. The question being asked now is, asterisk, how can anyone help or understand these men if they won't say what actually happened? That's where Boozy doubled down. He didn't hold back, saying, if they don't want to snitch, then it means they enjoyed it and would love to relive it. Wild, right? But Boozy's point was this. If Q and his crew are crying on camera and hinting at something traumatic, but not naming names or sharing details, people are going to assume the worst. And according to him, this ain't about feelings being hurt. He's suggesting something far darker went down. Now let's be real. That kind of claim hits hard, and it's got the internet in full speculation mode. Boozy's repeated comment that either Q's feelings got hurt or his but got hurt left people shocked, but also made some pause and reconsider the whole situation. Especially because when someone's that emotional in public, it's often over something too painful to say out loud. Some online users took it even further, theorizing that the email Q received might have included a video, allegedly of him being violated while unconscious. As disturbing as that sounds, people are saying that kind of trauma could explain the tears, the silence, and the mental health impact he mentioned. One commenter even wrote, asterisk, he probably was, dude. I believe there's a high chance he saw a video or email of himself and didn't even remember that it happened. Asterisk. And when you look at other celebrities who have had ties to Diddy, like Usher, Justin Bieber, and Jaden Smith, none of them have ever made direct accusations, but many have shown emotional reactions or have seemingly distanced themselves. Now people are starting to connect dots, wondering if Q is in a similar situation. Holding on to something so painful that speaking out feels impossible. To the end of the day, this isn't something to joke about. If Q really did receive something as horrifying as a video of himself being violated, that's beyond disturbing. Serious. The emotions seen on camera might be just the surface of something much deeper, so what do y'all think? Was there something in that email too dark to speak on? And will Q and his crew ever reveal what really happened? Drop your thoughts in the comments.